in the capital. Well, it's co-founder Cara Leighton joins me now. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon. And you guys, you started around 5 or 6 years ago. Where did the idea come from?
Well, we loved vegetable crisps, and there was a great range out there, but we wanted to do something a little bit different, a bit more interesting, adding kind of specific flavours that match the vegetables. And Chris and Dom, who are both brilliant chefs, who I do Leighton Brown with, they we had lots of ideas to work in the kitchen and come up with some ideas. So we just kind of, worked really hard in there.
And what were you doing beforehand? The other guys were chefs.
Yes, well, I was a drug and alcohol worker at first. What? It's a bit random, isn't it? That's when I first had the idea, and then I was actually working in a great branding company, Radley Eldar, full time. So we were doing lots of our business on our lunchtime, evening, and weekends. It was no social life at all, but it was great fun.
And I understand, starting up, you virtually started with no money at all, just literally, a couple of grand from credit cards.
Absolutely, yeah. We didn't think we could do it. We thought we'll give it a try, We've got no money, but we've got a credit card. Let's give it a go. And we did, and we've had great help from our friends, and all the small businesses and independents in London have just been so supportive. We've got our friend to do design, Anne Kernan, she's a brilliant designer, and Alex Boylan. So we paid a lot of friends in beer and wine and things like that to start off with, But everyone's just been amazing, and
you can always depend on alcohol to also be good, just as good as money. Yes. And if you look at it, you, as you say, you didn't come from at least the other guys. They had a food background. You came from a completely different background, and so for a lot of people who do want to start their own business, it's something very new to them. How were you able to do, and what sort of advice would you give for anybody else venturing into something completely new? Absolutely.
Well, I think you've got to have the right people around you, and you couldn't do it by myself. I wanted some real professionals in there, and Dom and Chris, I used to waitress in the restaurant there where they worked, I got them involved. And I think you've just got to do a lot of research, specifically market research. You ask lots of friends and family, ask them to be brutally honest. You've got to have the right product out there. And I would just say go for it, because it's not easy, but it does happen, and you'd be surprised how fast things can roll. And just the success has just been amazing. When we see our products in shops and everywhere now, we still get a buzz, we just can't believe it happened, but it's gone really great.
So what do you think did it for you? You said you did a lot of market research and you asked people to be brutally honest, but where was that point where you guys, working weekends, part-time, and then suddenly this takes off and you can actually leave your job and you think you got something?
Yeah. Well, I quit my full-time job about a year ago, and I still work a little bit part-time now, but we're right on the cusp of lots of great things. We just won a contract with a really big brewery company, and as you see, we're in Fortnum & Masons and Selfridges, lots of independents, and I think it was always building slowly, but then all of a sudden we got a lot of great reviews from food bloggers, and I think word of mouth just spread, and all of a sudden we were getting people coming to us rather than having to knock on all of the doors. So that's been really great.
And what about the investment side of things? Obviously that $2 only lasted so long. How else did you go about getting extra money?
We've just from the money that we made from the crisps, we invested straight back into the business. We've had no investment. Excuse me, my voice.
Welcome to my world, love.
Yeah, we've just kind of played it by ear. It's been really tight at times. It's been really tough, lots of sleepless nights. But we got there. And we're actually got East London Business Association who are investing in us now as we get bigger, so we can grow even further. And
you're hoping with that, I guess it's going to be, more jobs for Londoners as well.
Absolutely. We do a lot of work with local charities, and at the moment it's something that's really important to us. And what we would like to do is to employ, maybe to employ homeless or ex-offenders. We really want to give something back, and just kind of get people involved, get the same great team, keep building the same great team that we have already.
And can I ask about your crisps? How healthy are they? Are they still deep fried?
They are fried in sunflower oil, so but they're healthy in the fact that they've got no nasties in them, no artificial or preservatives, anything like that. And vegetable crisp, a little bit more fibre, but it's more about the taste with us. We're just matching these really tasty vegetables with some great flavours.
Well, Cara, you really are an inspiration for anybody watching at home who indeed wants to go about and set up their own business. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Next on London Live,